I said I was gonna make a YouTube video every day in the month of August, and this is my first one. I've never done this before. I'm probably mumbling. I don't know what I'm doing, but I spent a lot of time over the last 2 years watching vlogs of people's YouTube channels, and it's actually been really helpful for me just to see the way people just talk super openly about their lives, like basically journal out to the public, and I thought I could do it. So I'm sitting in the park today, as you can see, and it's pretty beautiful. I've been spending a lot of time in a lot of parks lately, and I really enjoy just going out for walks and getting fresh air. And yeah, I thought one of the things that I'd like to start off by talking about today is some of my favorite YouTubers, because it was really watching their videos and like checking out their channels that helped me get through a lot of the stuff I've been going through over the last few years. And so the very first channel I want to shout out is maybe a super small, super obscure YouTube channel, but it just like means the world to me, and that's My Argonaut's Jason. Jason is an English teacher who lives in Japan. He's been living there for, I guess, over a decade, it feels like now. And I first discovered him through his sumo channel, Sumo Jason, which is actually a super successful channel with lots of viewers, lots of regular content, a really big community that he runs completely for free, where he's just like bringing the world of sumo wrestling to the world, and I think that's really funny and really cool. And I used to watch all these videos, and on sumo videos there's like maybe the fights are 30 seconds to a minute long max, but the videos are 7 minutes to sometimes 15 minutes long, because these guys, they're throwing salt, they're squatting, they're doing all this stuff. And I used to just skip through that always, just right to the end, because I was like, who's this boring guy? And then one day I was like, what's this guy saying? And I was like, who is this guy? I ended up watching years of his vlogs, just kind of back videos of his time when he was a teacher, and just him kind of being a lonely North American in Japan. And even though the point of his videos was to tell people what it's going to be like, what to get ready for if you're going to come teach English in Japan, for me it was like what you have to get ready for if you're going to be a human being on planet Earth. I love Jason's videos. I'm going to totally put a link to them in the comments or in the description box. And I interact with Jason on YouTube and on Twitter every once in a while, and I'd love to like maybe build on that relationship, because I think he's a really great guy and he's a funny guy and he's doing great stuff for people on YouTube and building community. My second YouTuber, who I really love, is an American girl called Taylor Skeens, who currently lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico at last check, and she's just a classic vlogger. She does a whole bunch of really silly prank style videos. She does a bunch of kind of like sort of silly videos of just trying on clothes and stuff like that. And I originally got into her because I like heard someone talking in a southern accent, and I wanted to hear more people talking in southern accents, so I just googled southern accent girl, and she was the first one who came up. She had this list of like videos describing her accent, a video where she just went through a whole bunch of words to be like, do I have an accent? And she definitely does. It's like super funny. And then she puts these really powerful, super emotional videos of like everything she's going through in her life. Like she like puts her boyfriends on YouTube, and then if she like breaks up with them, she'll like post a video of herself like in the middle of crying about her breakup, and just like talk for 20 minutes to people. I know that stuff's super powerful and it clearly speaks to people, but then she also does a lot of fun stuff, and that's what I love about Taylor. She can be kind of goofy and kind of real at the same time. And my last YouTuber who I want to shout out today, super nerdy guy, but nerdy in a cool way, is a guy called GamerZakh, a guy called Zach who lives in Malaysia, and he posts these like sometimes 2-hour long playthrough video games of like the kind of old strategy style video games that I was really obsessed with when I was a kid. And he got me back into them as an adult, things like Caesar 3, games that I'd never even played before, like Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom, and even like just like The Sims. And he got me into Stardew Valley, which is a really important game for me. And with him it's almost kind of like, it's like meditation watching his videos, because he just speaks calmly, he makes efficient decisions, and he talks you through the really efficient process of city building. He got me back into all those games, which was really cool. And he just like has been good company. I find if I'm ever doing work at home, I can just throw Zach on in the background and he'll just be kind of going. Another guy with a good sense of humor, and like all these YouTubers, I love just going into their back catalogs and watching them like before they were successful YouTubers, before they had a following. Like Jason, if you go back to some of his early videos, because he was a really early YouTuber, they're filmed on like little old cameras with like no resolution, and like some of Zach's stuff, same thing. And that's what I think is kind of cool about today is like, you know, no one's actually really going to be watching this, but this is, you know, my first time doing this, and maybe someday, you know, someone like me who's like looking around for something, just looking for anything on the internet will like find me and then like go back and say, whoa, what was his first video like? And I'll say, here it is, it's me sitting in a park, Outremont, Quebec, just enjoying the day, having a great time. So I guess, you know, at 6 minutes, that seems like probably a good place to leave it, because I am just rambling, but there's tons of stuff I want to talk about on this channel, tons of stuff I want to get into, and I really actually secretly want to launch a whole other YouTube channel where I adopt a whole kind of an extra persona and start doing comedy and fun stuff like that. But for now, I'm happy just doing Jeremy, you know, just being me. So things I'm going to talk about are, you know, politics and philosophy, relationships, obviously. We're going to talk about diet and eating a lot, and just like being a human being on planet Earth in 2019, which isn't always easy. We'll talk about mindfulness and meditation. We'll talk a little bit about New Age spirituality, which is something I'm kind of getting into. And I'll talk a little bit about my work and, you know, what I do in my life. But ideally every day I'm just going to try get on here, open up the camera, and just chat, you know, and hopefully eventually people will find these videos. If you find it, like, you know, hello, nice to see you, nice to meet you. I'm really excited to have you along for this journey, and I look forward to meeting you all. So thanks for having me, YouTube. It's been a real pleasure getting to know you over this past over a decade, and I'm really excited to become a bigger part of the community. Peace.